All right, so we do that and we go into our next segment, high spots and low shots. And you know what? I'm going to say that my low shot is Roman Reigns. And you know what? And here's why I say it, though. You still have people that are telling him, and if it didn't matter, then commentary I don't think would harp on this point, and Michael Cole certainly did. You still have people telling Roman Reigns he can't beat Brock Lesnar. So there is still a lot of doubt there. And when he is able to continue down his road with momentum, he loses to Seth Rollins. Yes, I know that there was interference in this and that, but it was to a roll-up, no less. You can't even say that, Seth Rollins got a curb stop and really put him away. I mean, Reigns got caught. This is a bad night for him. Yes, he did exact a certain measure of revenge, but between the doubters and having losses in your record book this close to the biggest match of your career, I got to be fair and say he was my low shot tonight.
Yeah. I don't know. I almost want to make my low shot Bad News Barrett.
Dude, he has been having such a rough time. I certainly wouldn't blame you. Jesus.
He really has been having quite the rough go at it, hasn't he?
I mean, yeah, he's the champion, and when's the last time, he was really in possession of that title? Dominantly in possession of it.
Fastlane.
Yeah, Fastlane, when it all started to fall apart. So, yeah, I mean, if you want to make Barrett your low shot, I would certainly sign on to that, absolutely.
I almost want to make Cena my low shot just because he got owned verbally tonight. You know what? Yeah, I am. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make Bad News Barrett my low shot. I'm going to just stick with that because he lost his match tonight and then he finally got back in possession of the title, but that didn't really last long.
Yeah, I agree with you. You know what? Here's how I'm going to do it. I'm going to invoke the honorary high spot. My honorary high spot is Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
He kicked ass tonight, and the only reason I didn't give him my actual high spot is I prefer to give it to performers when I can. So, yeah, but Heyman's definitely my honorary.
Well, then I'm going to have an honorary high spot, too.
That's certainly fair enough. But my actual high spot, Jesus, it's hard. You know what? I don't want to say Seth Rollins. You know what? I'm going to say that my high spot, no. You know what? Dolph Ziggler, I'm going to say my high spot. Yeah, it's weird.
He didn't even have a match.
Yeah, but he was the last one standing with the IC title for the time being.
Oh, yeah, so, he walks out of Raw as the Intercontinental Champion.
After all those changes, Dolph Ziggler's Hardcore Champion 2.0. I mean, Intercontinental Champion. So we'll see how that translates for WrestleMania. But yeah, and Dolph, he got a big pop. People were even calling for him when Luke Harper was laying people out, and all he did was a super kick, and he got a nice reaction for it. Dolph is so over it, and then he climbed the ladder with the belt, and it was just a good night for the show-off. So yeah, he's my high spot.
All right, I can dig that. I was almost tempted to make Seth Rollins my high spot, but he did get kicked in the nuts. So,
yeah.
Well, by the way, speaking of Seth Rollins getting kicked in the nuts, honorary high spot goes to Jon Stewart for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
He was great tonight. You know what? Man, see, I want to give my high spot to Curtis Axel too because he's never been more over than he is now, but he got destroyed in 90 seconds by John Cena.
Exactly.
I almost want to say, yeah, you know what? Screw it. High spot, Daniel Bryan, just because it's kind of gotten to the point now where he beat Luke Harper, or was it Luke Harper? Yeah, Luke Harper.
Yeah,
he beat Luke Harper. He beat Luke Harper, and he is now in the running for the Intercontinental Championship, which may not seem like a big deal, but when you realize that John Cena is currently the main contender for the United States Championship, it's a pretty big freaking deal.
All right. So we go from that to our next segment, Raw Request. And you know what? My Raw request is going to be, however you get Cena to change Rusev's mind, don't do it at the expense of Rusev in the sense that he looks so weak compared to Cena. Yeah. Maybe make it more psychological. Maybe Cena disparages.
I thought maybe they would have Cena stoop to new lows and threaten Lana.
Maybe, and that would be a very interesting dynamic. They're probably going to go a more conservative route, so to speak, and have him just really disparage Russia. But what I don't want, let me put it to you this way, because I remember when they did this before when Alberto Del Rio was WWE champion and Punk was chasing the title, and John Laurinaitis was like, Punk, The only way you're going to get a title match is if you change Alberto's mind. And he put him in the Anaconda Vice, and he got his match that way. I don't want Cena to go down a similar path, because I don't want him imposing his will on Rusev when Rusev is supposed to be this unbeatable, kind of entity.
Well, I hope you're prepared for disappointment.
I'm not really. I've still got a little bit of time to prepare, though, so hopefully I can get myself ready. But I would prefer if you go a little bit more, creative. Maybe he slanders Putin and, Rusev says, I defend this title not just for me so I can embarrass you again, but on the honor of Vladimir Putin and something like that. I mean, yeah, I would personally love if he did steep to those new lows, because he's just so obsessed with getting to WrestleMania, and he sees all these roadblocks that he actually threatens Lana. That would be great. But even if they do go the safer route, just as long as it's not physically at the expense of Rusev. And it feels so good to have a Raw request immediately prepared for a change. So, Ashton, what is yours?
My Raw request is specifically for next week's Raw.
Okay.
Don't give Wiz Khalifa a live mic unless it's him performing, because that's what he is. He's a rapper. If he wants to perform, if he wants to sing one of his or rap one of his songs, go for it. That would be cool. But don't let him frickin' talk unless it's actually relevant to a storyline and he knows what he's talking about.
All of my yes to this. That's all I'm going to say about it. I immediately co-sign. So with that said, let's get into our final segment, 30-second hot seat. Now, Ashton, your arm is kind of on a roll a little bit there because you did trip me up last time. You did get me. So let's see if you can make it 2 straight. What do you got for me this week?
Oh, man. You just put all kind of pressure on me for no reason.
Welcome to my life. That's what this segment is.
Welcome to the wasteland.
Oh, they weren't even on the show tonight. Neither was Ryback. Sorry. Anyway.
It's not funny. Ryback's amazing, and he deserves time.
I know he does. I'm just.
Why are you laughing at his misfortune?
Oh, because, one certain Ryback fan I know will be listening to this, James. So, yeah, enjoy that. But,
you are one sad, strange little man.
And I have your pity. But what's your 30-second hot seat this week?
I'm going to keep it simple.
Okay.
We already know, for the most part, what every singles championship match is going to be. This is assuming Reigns versus Lesnar, Cena versus Rusev, and a 6-man Intercontinental Championship ladder match. But what we don't know is what the Divas Championship and the Tag Team Championships are going to be. So what I'm asking you is, A, will one or both of those championships be defended at WrestleMania? And B, for the matches that you do, for the titles that you do think will be defended at WrestleMania, what type of match will it be, and who will be in those matches?
Okay.
All right. You have 30 seconds, and your time starts now.
I do not think the Divas Championship will be defended. I do think the tag titles will be defended, and as I have said, I do believe it'll be a 4 corners tag team title matchup. The Ascension versus the Usos versus Team Uppercats versus Team PTP, and since I do have a little bit more time, I'll even go one step further. I'm actually making the prediction that primetime players are going to win the tag titles at WrestleMania. I feel like they did this reunion for a reason, and that was to give a team that's been together for quite some time and just recently reunited their WrestleMania moment. So PTP for tag team title win at WrestleMania.
Look at you, fitting it all in under 30 seconds. I'm impressed. I lobbed you a softball and you still managed to knock it out of the park.
I did something. I'm so proud of myself. It won't last.
You did the thing!
I did the thing! But yeah, I really do believe it is going to be a I hope it is anyway, because honestly, as much as I love the Uppercats and I'd love for them to get that 1-to-1 shine, the Usos really are the problem, because I know they'd be the team, the other half of the equation, and I'm just not into it. So hopefully it is the 4 corners. And you know what? I hope they do exactly what they did last year, except I would want it to be on the main card, not the kickoff show, and it's elimination style. So you really drag the match out and you give it the time that I think it deserves, and it would be cool if it came down to Uppercats and PTP, or hell, even Ascension and PTP, because PTP gave the Ascension their first loss as a team. So whatever you'd want to do.
And then the Ascension wins and go on a 1.5 year long title reign.
Oh, dude, that would be amazing.
Yeah, but it's not going to happen because Vince McMahon is not high on the Ascension at all.
That's all another rant, but I'm going to stay reserved. Is there anything you want to say?
You mean you brought them in, immediately had them compare themselves to legends, and buried them, and they're not living up to your standards, Vince? I am so shocked.
Oh, and by the way, one last nitpick just to really dig my heels into how frustrating it is for the Ascension. You know how JBL's whole narrative against the Ascension has been, look at them disparage legends, how disrespectful this and that. Well, when Michael Cole actually showed the highlight of Michael Hayes and Arn Anderson talking about Sting, JBL goes afterwards, oh, look at all these old-timers reminiscing about their friends. What the heck, man? Stay consistent. One week you're the defender of these legends, and then the next you're actually, what is that again? Doing your job, you hack, and you're acting like a heel. I hate your face in every way that I shouldn't. God!
And speaking of JBL not acting like a heel, I love that to close Raw, Booker T was like, are you finally starting to believe in Roman Reigns, JBL? And JBL said, I think I'm starting to believe, Book. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're the heel commentator. You're not starting to believe. You hate Roman Reigns. He's the worst human being on the planet in your eyes. Stop lying to me, JBL.
Screw you, JBL, for being a human dichotomy, because I loved your heel work as a performer, but as a commentator, it is ass. Screw you for being a dichotomy, JBL. That's all I have to say about that. Ashton, do you have any other remarks?
He's a human, living, breathing, walking dichotomy.
Exactly. Do you have any other remarks you want to make, or can I take this baby home?
Axel Mania!
Axel Mania! Axel Mania! He is so into himself, and I'm so into it. But anyway, guys, this has been Raw. This has been TwitWow, the best wrestling podcast made for wrestling fans, by wrestling fans, on the web today. I'm John. That's my cohort and commentary, Ashton. Guys, be sure to comment and subscribe on YouTube. What do you think of the whole IC title storyline? Are you as excited about it as we are? How do you think Cena is going to convince Rusev to get his United States Championship match? Can Roman Reigns conquer Brock Lesnar? Be sure to take the discussion both to Pwetoff, an amazing pro wrestling group, I'm telling you, nicest people you'll ever meet to talk about wrestling with, and our new TwitWow subreddit created by this amazing man over here. I'm not really pointing at anything, but you get the point, and where you can really converse with us on a more personal level about the product. And yeah, we will see you again for our Lucha Underground review, where the question looms, what do you know about Lucha Libre? We'll see you then, guys, and until then, tune in and peace out.